Hello, Psycho Fitness with Juma here. Welcome to our second episode of this page. And as we promised in our first episode, today we are bringing you the mental health benefits of physical exercise. And I'd start by mentioning the term endorphins as far as mental health is concerned when we talk about physical fitness. So endorphins are just chemicals that are released by our body when we engage in pleasurable activities or those activities that we enjoy doing. If you are a swimmer, you enjoy swimming. So whenever you swim, there is a high chance that your brain is going to release endorphins into your system. If you are a bike enthusiast, you're going to love riding bike. And when you're biking, it is highly likely that your body is naturally going to release these endorphins into your system. Now, when we talk about exercising, exercise is one of the major contributor towards endorphin release. And these endorphins, they have various, functions in our system as we're about to see. So I'm going to look at these mental health benefits of exercises when focusing on individual case-to-case, probably a mental illness. And the first one I'd like to talk about is depression. Depression, simply defined, is a long period of stress exposure that interferes with an individual's day-to-day functioning. And that period is usually estimated by the various health definitions in the DSM-5 and all other places where depression has been defined as a period of 2 weeks. So if you are under stress for a period of 2 weeks, and it starts interfering with your system. Maybe you start experiencing insomnia, you start experiencing boredom that is extreme, or you start feeling low, that it interferes with when you wake up, when you go to bed, how you eat, your appetite and your feeding patterns, then we can say that you're depressed. Now, when we exercise, the first benefit that we get when we are depressed and we engage in exercise activity is that these endorphins get released. And when they are released, we feel energized, we feel good. And this might fight some of the symptoms of depression that people experience when they are actually depressed. Exercise also breaks the chain or the pattern of boredom and feeling of low and the lows that people experience when they are actually depressed. So when we do this, we are able to manage the depression symptoms to some extent. Now, I'm not saying that exercise on its own can be used as remedy to persons undergoing probably clinically significant depression. That might require a different level of treatment, and we will look into that when we will be focusing on depression as a topic on its own. Second benefit of exercise that I may talk about is probably in relation to stress. So we've looked at it in relation to depression. So what about stress? An individual is just stressed but has not been diagnosed with a clinically significant depression. Some of the symptoms of probably chronic stress are things like tense muscles. You may feel pain around your neck, your face area. You may experience some sort of sleep disturbances. You may feel headache. Some people get stressed to the extent where they have stomach upsets and they have to run to the washroom on and off. So exercise, again, through the release of endorphins, helps relax muscles. The exercise makes us relax our muscles and actually be able to be in control. And this also, endorphins helps fight some of the symptoms or the chronic symptoms that arise due to prolonged stress state. Now let's look at persons experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder and how they can benefit from exercising. One of the symptoms of PTSD is persons with PTSD might experience what we call chronic immobilization stress, or the immobilization stress response, where they find it difficult to move about and engage in one or two activities that they have, so they feel stuck. So exercise might help get these persons unstuck by listening to their sensations and how their body feels when they do these exercises. They are actually able to wake up and start engaging in their day-to-day activities And this is just one of the areas where exercise has really come in handy for persons experiencing PTSD. And I also want us to look at attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, that is ADHD, which is one of the most common malfunctions that we're experiencing in Kenya today. And norepinephrine as well as dopamine are also hormones that get boosted in our brains when we regularly exercise. So when we regularly exercise, we get a boost of these hormones, the norepinephrine and the dopamine. And these are feel-good hormones, The norepinephrine is the alert hormone. It keeps us alert. It makes us awake, and your system is all just jogged up because there's a free flow of norepinephrine in your system. There's also the hormone dopamine, which is the feel-good hormone. This is one of the hormones that is more linked to addictive tendencies, as we will look at as time goes by. And you find that with regular exercise, you are able to, your brain is able to be stimulated and release these hormones in plenty. For persons with ADHD, exercise tends to make them more focused, more attentive. They are able to at least focus on an activity or stay more attentive on whatever they are doing for a particular period of time that they are not used to. That is as far as ADHD is concerned. Anxiety, the constant worries, when you worry too much, when you go to the gym or when you are at home and you start exercising, you're able to disrupt a thought pattern that might exacerbate the symptoms of anxiety. When we also exercise, our sex life kind of improves. Take it for somebody who has experience with exercises. I know one or two things about exercises and sex life. There's a boost that persons who are active in terms of physical fitness get when it comes to their sex life. Things like the sexual dysfunctions of premature ejaculation. We talk of Kegel exercises, and this is just a domain within the concept of exercising. And I would encourage most men out there who are struggling with various sexual dysfunction that you may just try, hitting the gym and keeping your system running, keep your heart pumping and all that comes with it. So you might find that your sex life might improve actually because of exercising. We aren't gonna go into the details of how physical activity and sex life is entailed, because those are things that we're gonna discuss in this page as far as everything that we are going to talk about is concerned. But I want to look at it in terms of self-esteem. Exercise boosts an individual's sense of self by how it makes an individual feel about themselves. When you regularly exercise, you're probably going to cut on the excess weight that you've added over time. When you regularly exercise and you're a skinny dude or a skinny person, you are also able to add on to some muscles based on which kind of exercise program that you've been assigned to. And these are some of the things that we are going to do across across the page. For persons who are skinny and I want to add some weight, what is the kind of exercise that you want to put them on? For persons fighting weight gain or obesity, what is some of the exercise that you are going to put them on so that they are able to cut that weight? And once we achieve any goal that we have in terms of exercise, we usually feel good about ourselves. And this sense of achievement can usually boost our self-esteem. We feel good when we are interacting with people on a social perspective, or when you're just at home and sitting and relaxing and you're feeling all your muscles are very, 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 relaxed. That makes you, and it also helps you boost your self-esteem. As we finish, of course, there are a lot of benefits that come as far as physical activity goes with mental health. There's also better sleep. With exercise, you're able to get better sleep at night. You're able to relax because your muscles are kind of relaxed and they are all relieved from the tension that we experience when we are doing our daily activities. So persons who regularly exercise report less sleep disturbances as compared to people who actually are very less active in terms of physical exercise. Concentration, memory, all these are things that get boost because they get a boost because of the release of various chemicals that, get released in our brain or in our system when we exercise, as opposed to when we are very non-active and just relaxed and feeding ourselves with all manner of foodstuffs that are not even necessary for ourselves. So the concept or the major reason for making this video today is just to encourage each and every individual out there who is struggling with their physique or finding no motivation to start exercising, that maybe what you have learned here might, be the motivation or your source of, energy to start off fitness program. We are starting our fitness program in our next upload, and maybe stay tuned so that you can see that just as simple as what you do in your bedroom or on your bed when you wake up in the morning can actually count to so much when it comes to physical activity. And I want to encourage the entire community, the entire society, and the entire Psychofitness with Juma team that we employ and start, working out on a day-to-day basis. And you don't have to work 7 days in a week. You can have a program where you're only working 3 times in a week. You can have a program where you are working 4 days in a week. And with time, as you proceed towards the intermediate, level of training, you will be able to work out well and also gain some of the benefits that are there as far as, physical fitness and mental health is concerned. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button so that you can receive all our videos that we upload. You can also click on the notification bell so that you can always get notifications whenever we upload a video.